Coming up in today's show, how to keep your sales questions fresh and innovative, a cool sales tool that will help you to capture more client testimonials, and how and what to say to those time-wasting prospects who stall on their decisions and never return your calls. This is No Fluff Selling, the show that takes the cheese out of sales. Okay, now I don't know about you, but I just love to be sold to. I love to see other sales pros in action, and I use that term loosely, but I love to find out what their sales process is, and I like to see what tips, tricks and techniques that they like to use on me. Now, only last Sunday I went shopping with my parents. No, I don't live with them, but they just asked me to help them choose a new sofa. So here are some lowlights from that experience. Well, firstly, we were approached by 4 different people in 4 different occasions. Now, that was just awful. It made me feel like they were just shooting fish in a barrel, and it didn't make me feel special. Then, when I asked for a discount on the sofa, the one that we liked, we were told that it's already half price. Interesting, I thought. And thirdly, the sales rep never once asked us what our budget was. To cut a long story short, we had $2.5 grand, but walked out with a sofa and an armchair for $1,500, leaving £1,000 on the table. Now, I wonder how much more money they'd leave on the table. Okay, my rant is over. It's time for this week's Beat the Buyer question. Okay, now this week's Beat the Buyer question comes from Ashish Patel. And Ashish asks, Sean, how can I keep my questions fresh and innovative? Okay, Ashish, I recommend that you don't do anything, as long as your questions are working, that is. Just remember, Ashish, that the sole purpose of your questions are to help the buyer. They're not there to be entertaining or to sound impressive. And quite frankly, if your questions work, then I wouldn't really give a stuff about whether they are fresh or innovative. If they close the sale, then keep on doing what you're doing and don't change a thing. Just make sure that your questions either move the sale forward, build the relationship, or they help to develop trust. Just remember that if you've been selling the same products and services for a while, then it's only common to feel that it's becoming a little bit too routine. But remember that the prospect has only met you once and that they're new to all of this. Whilst the questions may not be fresh to you, they will be to the client. And at the end of the day, they are the judge and jury. If it ain't broken, don't fix it. Please remember that if you've got a question to ask me, you can do so by completing the form as shown above. Okay, it's time for this week's Cool Sales Tool.